Welcome to our Game/Anime of the Year special. I know we are going to say, it's March 29th, by the time this video, dumbass. What you see, the actual physical year for gaming runs from April 1st to March 31st. So, it made me wonder, why does everyone do January to December? So we're going to be different because, you know, we're a rebel. Our group is, we're rebels. Anyway, so, yeah, thank you all for watching, but let us begin. I guess first, we'll start with the anime category. And as you all know, our channel is one of the only ones that can actually do Best Anime and Worst Anime of the Year. After all, we finished Hoshi. Yeah. So, for our picks for Anime of the Year, we've actually got a few of them that were decent from last year, despite all the, really bad ones, but we'll get to those. Firstly, the returning shows. We've got Fairy Tail, we've got My Hero Academia, we have Black Clover continuing, and we have A Certain Magical Index Season 3. All of which are great shows. Now, as far as newer shows, I guess if you want, you could count Steins Gate Zero in the gray area, because technically it's a new IP, even though it's more of a Season 2. I don't know. You guys can decide that. There's also Double Decker, which exists in the Tiger and Bunny universe, so... Wow, a lot of the really good animes from last year were continuations. Okay, well, either way, we also have Darling in the Franxx. That show is really good too. And Zero to his best go, anyone fight me on that. We all know this. This is true. It's not even an opinion, it is fact. But alright, so we got a lot of the good ones out of the way. There's also Radiant. You people should check that out too. Radiant's decent. Any shows that I might be missing, either haven't seen them or... Yeah, again, this is just our opinion. So, for example, shows like Shield Hero didn't get mentioned because we just haven't seen them yet. As far as other shows, well, they're, in a way, have more seasons coming out this year, such as ReZero, Bungo Stray Dogs, and a couple of others, so I don't even know if it feels right mentioning them here, because technically I like waiting till a show finishes. Then again, I already broke that rule with shows like Black Clover and My Hero. But alright, now for the worst of the worst. And last year, holy shit, was not very good in terms of some of the animes we got. We got shows such as The Master of Ragnarok and Blesser of Einherjar. We got Jean Alchemist, or Montmorency as some people like to call it. We also got Hoshi, everyone's favorite show. We got Dances with the Dragons. Although, I think my favorite amongst these clearly has to be Conception. The show is so terrible for so many different reasons. There's obviously other shows like Lord Vermilion that I could have mentioned, but these are the ones that just frustrated me to watch. Lord Vermilion was just stupid. But yes, we basically agreed that Conception was the worst one out of the bunch. And before anyone brings up Magical Girl Raising Project, yes, the Double Deck did air last year. However, that show's technically from 2015, 2016. So, in a way, it technically doesn't count. Now, for Best Anime Soundtracks. Definitely has to go to one of two shows. Fairy Tail, which is a continuation, so yeah, that OST is always going to be good. And Dies Irae, or Dies Irae as some people like to call it. I am aware that that anime adaptation of the popular visual novel is not well received. However, I don't think anyone will disagree that the soundtrack in that show were very good recreations of the VN's OST. At least for myself personally. And yes, that show did technically end and conclude last year, which is why, yeah, I'd say it's in the running. But yeah, that does it for the anime section. Now for the gaming section, and this one, fortunately, is a much better section to go into, because there wasn't as much, well, wasn't as much trash, to be honest. So, in terms of fighting game of the year, from April to now, we've had quite a few fighting games, and clearly that's my main genre. I've played every fighting game. I played SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy, so I know what I'm talking about here. Now, going into this video, I actually thought Dead or Alive 6 might have been my pick, until we discovered that the game was a bit unfinished at launch, to say the least. So unfortunately, it won't be that. Dragon Ball FighterZ predates our little April 1st cutoff date from last year. So that leaves Fighting EX Lair, which that one was okay. SNK Tag Team Frenzy, which anyone who's played that will tell you, no. No. BlazBlue Tag Battle, which is definitely a contender. But our pick for best fighting game within the last year has to go to damn, I almost said DOA 6? Soul Calibur 6. That is easily the best fighting game we've gotten throughout all of 2018, in my personal opinion. As well as everyone else here. Moving on to best RPG within the last year. And that pick goes to Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. Technically not a new one, it's more of a remake or remaster, but hey ho. There you go. Next, we have Best Storyline. For me personally, I'll have to give it to the visual novel spin-off of DA0, Interview with Kaze Klube. That game had a really well-written story, and being as how I've mostly played visual novels this past year, yeah. Now for Best Game Soundtracks. Devil May Cry 5 easily has one of the best game soundtracks that we've heard in recent years. That soundtrack is really, really good. Runner-up, though, for myself, personally, would have to be, once again, the DA0 spin-off I mentioned before, Interview with Kaze Klube. Just look up the OST song from DA0 Interview, called Kiss in the Dark. That song is awesome, despite its title sounding like it's a trashy romance novel. Now for each of our picks for Best Game of the Year. Best Game of the Year for DIX was Devil May Cry 5. Definitely up there for myself as well. For Manslayer Goku, he had a handful of picks. He narrowed it down to a few. Zenki Zero, Resident Evil 2 Remake, DMC5, Onimusha Remastered, and his number one was Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. For myself, personally, my runner-ups are Zenki Zero. I don't want to give that game a Game of the Year yet, simply because I haven't finished it yet, so... DMC5 is definitely up there as well for me. Soul Calibur 6, with how much I've played that game, it better damn well be. And Mega Man 11 is up there as well. And obviously, being as how I mentioned DA0 Interview with Kaze Klube earlier, that game is up there. But my number one game from April to now is definitely Anthem. You all knew it the whole time. No, it's Resident Evil 2 Remake. What the hell are you all thinking? But anyways, that about does it for this special. Sorry for how unorganized it was. Please leave a comment below and let us know what your picks for best anime and games are of last year. And if we missed anything, then we do apologize. Either we never got the chance to play the games or watch the shows. Or, who knows? But alright guys, I'm Elvis X with the Empire X Gaming Community, and until next time, I will see you all later.